If I tell you a change in price of butter in the world market can create a rise in demand for margarine in France, you will be surprised. But I can explain this simple economic phenomena using economic concept of cross elasticity of demand. Cross elasticity of demand is helping us to understand the responsiveness in quantity demanded of some products as a result of price changes in other products. Here we mostly consider substitute products and complementary products. Let's look at our original example. What happened in the world market? Butter prices went up. When butter prices went up, what do you think? If you are a bakery products manufacturer, one of your key ingredients prices have gone up. So the easiest option for you is now to cover up your increased cost, increase the prices. But most of the producers do not think about increasing prices. Do you ever think why? That is because if you increase the price, that will negatively impact on the demand for that particular product. We know by low demand, if prices move upwards, quantity demanded will move downwards. So therefore, increasing prices to cover up your increased cost of production is not a good option. So instead, producers can think about other alternatives. Without increasing prices, how they are going to survive in the market. Some producers may think of an alternative ingredients instead of butter. We all know butter and margarine are substitute products. So we can use margarine instead of butter. So if you switch to using margarine in your production, now the cost of production will not increase because margarine prices haven't gone up. Someone may argue, now there will be a problem with quality. Of course, let's ignore it and think they went to use margarine instead of butter. So to calculate the percentage change in demand for margarine as a response in increased butter prices in the market, we can use cross elasticity of demand formula. Percentage change in quantity demanded of margarine divided by percentage change in price of butter. In short form, we call XED for cross elasticity of demand. Let's use an example and find out how do we calculate cross elasticity of demand using the formula. So if you take cross elasticity of demand formula, XED is in short form we can write cross elasticity of demand. That is percentage change in quantity demanded of product X divided by percentage change in price of product Y. Here you need to understand cross elasticity of demand. We are going to find out responsiveness in quantity demanded regards to a change in price of a different product. So that is why here we have taken percentage change in demand of product X over percentage change in price of product Y. If you compare this with your price elasticity of demand formula, that's very easy to remember. Percentage change in quantity demanded divided by percentage change in price. So that we are applying for the same product. We do not consider two different products. But here we are considering two different products. So that is the difference between your price elasticity of demand formula and cross elasticity of demand formula. Let's do the calculation. World demand for margarine increased by 25%. So that is the percentage change in quantity demanded. So I'm going to record it as plus 25%. Why did I consider it as a plus? Because world demand for margarine increased. So increase means plus. Then due to increased prices of butter by 4%. So if you look at the percentage change in price, that is also has gone up. So that is also another positive value. So 25% divided by 4%. So both are positive values. It's very important to record percentage change in price and quantity demanded, whether they are positives or negatives, because that can influence the cross elasticity of demand of this particular product. So if you take the final answer for this cross elasticity of demand, that is 25 divided by 4. 25 divided by 4 is 6.25. So you can consider this as plus 6.25. Now we know in mathematics, if it is a plus value, we do not have to write the plus mark in front of the numeric value. We can just leave it as 6.25. So this is how we calculate cross elasticity of demand. So important point for you to remember, cross elasticity of demand, we consider whether it's a plus or a minus. So if you get a minus value, do not forget to leave a minus mark here. Now, why did I mention it's important to know plus or minus? Because looking at the value we get for cross elasticity of demand, we can group them as complementary goods and substitute goods. So let's take some examples for complementary goods and substitute goods. And let's calculate cross elasticity of demand for those two groups and find out substitutes have a positive or negative cross elasticity of demand, and whether complements have a positive or negative cross elasticity of demand. First, I am going to discuss about complementary goods. Just for you to revise what are complementary goods. Complementary goods are goods we usually buy together because we consume them together. So if you take this example I have taken, world market prices for butter increased by 4%, and XED for butter is -2. Calculate change in quantity of cake sold. So if you look at this question, actually cakes, if you are a manufacturer for bakery items, butter is one of your key ingredients. So to produce cakes, we use butter as a key ingredient. So if butter prices go up, what will happen to quantity demanded of cakes? So they have actually given us -2 for XED. So let's apply these figures to our XED formula and find out the answer. So XED is percentage change in quantity demanded of product X. So quantity demanded we actually do not know. So let's leave it at Q. Percentage change in price we know, increased by 4%. So that is plus 4%. If you look at XED, they have given us the value, so -2. So if you simplify this, Q divided by plus 4% is equals to -2. So that is going to be -2 multiplied by 4% equals Q. So answer is -8%. So if you look at this final answer we got here, that is -8%. So what is the meaning of -8%? Demand for cakes or quantity of cakes sold decreased by 8%. Is this correct? Let's apply cross elasticity of demand phenomena to this example. Butter is a key ingredient we use in the production of cakes. So if the butter prices increased, now producers are facing higher cost of production. So in order to cover up their increased cost, they will pass down this cost to consumers by increasing prices. So when cake prices go up, consumers might drop the demand for cakes. So that is why quantity of cake sold has decreased by 8%. So in summary, I want you to remember, complementary goods have minus cross elasticity of demand. Next, let's find out substitute goods. How about cross elasticity of demand? So if you remember, what are substitute goods? Substitute goods are alternatives. So if you take tea and coffee, if you take cola products, Pepsi and Sprite, Pepsi and Coke, these are substitute products. So instead of one product, we can use the alternative. If you look at our previous examples, margarine and butter, they are substitutes, because instead of using butter, we can serve the same purpose using margarine. Let's find out the value for cross elasticity of demand for substitute goods. XED is equals to percentage change in quantity demanded. If prices of butter increase by 4% and demand for margarine increase by 5%. So how much is the percentage change in quantity demanded? Plus 5% divided by prices of butter increased by 4%. So that is also plus 4%. It's important to record your values as plus, because in case if you get negative values, that will impact on your final answer. So 5 divided by 4, since both are plus values, I'm going to record it as 1.25. So what does this answer shows us? Cross elasticity of demand for substitute goods is positive. Why? If you look at increased prices of butter, when the butter prices are increasing in the market, now consumers are looking at substitutes because their products have gone expensive, so they look for cheaper alternatives. So they will demand cheaper product. So instead of using butter, they will use margarine. So we assume in this situation, prices of margarine did not change. So as a result, when butter prices goes up, demand for margarine will increase. So that is why cross elasticity of demand for substitute goods is a positive. In summary, cross elasticity of demand for substitutes is a positive value. So today we discussed about cross elasticity of demand, how to calculate cross elasticity of demand, and cross elasticity of demand for substitutes and complementary goods. Do not forget to post your comment about this video, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe for my channel for upcoming videos. Thank you for watching this video.